What are some of the various definitions of intelligence? Whatever the different intelligence tests claim to measure, whatever consensus psychologists say it is, variety of allegedly universal appealing conceptions. What are some of the allegedly universal definitions? Repertoire of intellectual/cognitive skills and knowledge available to a person at any one known period of time. Aggregate of global capacity of the individual to act purposely, to act rationally, and to deal effectively with their environment. What are issues to note about the various definitions? Clear psychologists don't agree on definition. Intelligence tests are clear about not predicting for black and non-whites. Means different things to different cultures. Is intelligence even conceivable? What was Spearman known for? The concept of intelligence as two-factor trait of human ability. What were Spearman's two traits? General intelligence and specific intelligence. What was Bennett's outlook? Developed an assessment procedure to evaluate sub-intelligence or meta-retardation in French children. What was done to Bennett's test? 1916, Lewis Terman and Stanford modified it and introduced the concept of IQ. It was normed on white children. The revised version contains some non-whites but no blacks. What are the Army Alpha and Beta tests? Tests were designed to assess the mental ability/capability to hold certain positions. Included black subjects. What was David Wechsler known for? Wechsler-Willoughby scare, which introduced the three different IQ scores: verbal, performance, and total. Excluded blacks in the sample, most widely used tests. What is Alice Strong known for? She claimed to have support mulatto hypothesis when she separated kids by skin complexion. What is the genetic deficit model? Asserts that Africans are genetically inferior to Europeans in intelligence and native ability, such as eugenic type methods are required to control black reproduction, and special social, political, economic methods are required to maximize European society's benefit from their presence. What is the socio-environmental model? The model asserts that Africans are intellectually and mentally inferior to Europeans due to their characteristics culturally, impoverished social environments, such as parents, family, neighborhood, community, etc. Who is Hernan Kennedy and Albert Beckham known for? Race of examiner in testing situation influence black children's performance. Who is Robert Williams? He charged that white American culture was fundamentally different from black American culture, and that the concepts of intelligence had to be conditioned. He argued that intelligence for blacks, if the concept could be applied to blacks at all, had a different meaning than it had for whites because of their social realities. Williams developed that he felt was a black cultural specific intelligence test to demonstrate that blacks could perform superior to whites on such a black cultural based test, just as whites did relative to blacks on the white cultural specific intelligence test. How were Williams' tests structured? 100 questions of common black dialect of speech. Blacks had a mean score of 87.07. White had 51.07. When was the Black Consumer Bill of Rights issued? 1969. What is Hillard's view on intelligence? Undefined among European scholars, and the test to measure intelligent behavior can't be shown to be cross-culturally valid. He argues that IQ, it is not universal and can't predict learning or academic performance. What is stereotype threat? It is an event when a negative stereotype about one's group becomes salient or plausible interpretations and explanations for doing something, and it has relevance to one's own self-concept. What is the stereotype threat hypothesis? An IQ test situation involving blacks, with their implications of interracial comparisons. A performance triggers STH, arousing internalized inferiority feeling, self-doubt, and low performance expectations. It doesn't attack the issues of Eurocentric bias and acts as a reformist or integrationist camp like in Chapter 7. What did Wade Nobles argue? Eurocentric of Western social sciences, particularly psychology and anthropology, invented the concept and methodology of psychometrics in order to legitimize European intellectual superiority. What is cultural antimony? It is psychometric assertion of white European intellectual supremacy in the face of Europeans' historical knowledge or African superiority. What did Robert Guthrie say? He informs us that early European American psychology was obsessed and preoccupied with the assessment of psychological differences and abilities between Africans and Europeans as a means of scientifically justifying white supremacy domination over blacks. What is the cultural differences model? Africans and Europeans in America represent distinct independent cultural groups with their own distinct cultural realities.